Hello viewers, this is Harald Linnea. Welcome back to my playthrough of Dragon Quest IX, Sentinels of the Starry Skies. We are currently exploring the Mirage Mahal. We are all searching for Her Majesty's most beloved pet lizard, who has unfortunately escaped. He has never run off like this before. I wonder what can have happened. Who knows? You're a traveler? What business have you in the Mirage Mahal, most perfect palace of the glorious Queen of Gleeba? You seek fruits of a glowing golden hue? A particular peddler presented Her Majesty with just such a fruit only the other day. But she will not grant an audience with just any wanderer who happens by. My apologies, but I cannot allow you to see her. Unless, wanderer, we are experiencing something of a crisis here in the palace at the moment. If you were to help us resolve it, I could perhaps pull strings to gain you entry to Her Majesty's chamber. Well, will you acquiesce to my request? Certainly. You will. This is most excellent news. Now let me apprise you of the details. That muddle-headed maiden Mislay has mislaid his dryness, Her Majesty's beloved and most golden pet lizard. I wonder, could we call on your most exalted aid in apprehending the errant amphibian? Mislay is searching the corridors of the floor below us. Should you wish to help with the hunt, perhaps you could speak with her. His dryness's importance to Her Highness cannot be overestimated. I hope ardently that we can count on your assistance. Well, if we want that fig, I guess we'd better. Search here. A pair of sandals. And we'll go search over here now. According to the tales of legend, those who consume the golden fruit will have their wishes granted. I wonder if that which Her Majesty was given is one of the fruits of legend. Ha! Just listen to me. Such silliness. No, it isn't. No books of interest here. Learning to live with lizards. It's full of tips and information about how to feed, clean, and otherwise keep your pet lizard happy. Ah, a medicinal herb, 2 of them. How very valuable. Did you see a maiden wandering worriedly through the halls of the floor below? The poor girl is forever bungling. But she has truly put her foot in it this time. She has allowed Her Majesty's most beloved pet lizard, Drak, to escape. Drak, eh? Well, hello. I am hunting for his dryness, who Mislay mistakenly allowed to escape. But I fear he is not to be found within the confines of the Mirage Mahal. He is more than a little shy, and likes to hide in the shadows of buildings and such, away from prying eyes. Is that so? I hear that Queen Voluptua's pet lizard has escaped. This type of reptile is not fond at all of hot places. If he has ventured outside, perhaps he is shading himself somewhere. Is this a reptile or an amphibian? These folks are not very consistent with that detail. whole gold coins. What will I do with such wealth? The wife of our previous ruler sadly passed away not long after young Voluptua was born. The poor young thing never even saw her mother's face. All we see and hear of her is her awful behavior, but we forget that great sadness lies behind it. Now let's go in and go upstairs. Ah, treasure chest over there. We come out of a dome on the roof, and there is a secret entrance on the northern side. And we get the magic key. Most invaluable to our quest, a key capable of opening locks protected by magic seals. Purple doors. Ah! Please, you must not sneak up on me like that. I am not doing anything suspicious, I promise you. I am nothing more than an honest old fellow who likes now and again to fish here in this secluded spot. That channel is good for fishing, is it? Paladins are proud knights who don hardy armor in order to devote their lives to the protection of their beloved comrades. Only holy knights such as ourselves can master sacred virtues such as forbearance and selflessness. It seems you meet the necessary requirements for paladinship. Well met. I am Brunhild, paladin and proud. Paladins can harbor the souls of the departed within their very bodies, but you must be tested before I can teach you more. Go out into the desert and prove that you can protect your companions. Make yourself the whipping boy 10 times. Do so, and perhaps the path of the paladin will be opened before you. Will you undergo the trial? You bet I will. This is Quest 106, Taking Soul Control. The quest for unlocking the paladin vocation. Good. Now do your best. Even poor paladins have the power to command souls. It is passing the test that counts. Who is this? Hey, Brunhild. You're not thinking of making this weed a paladin, are you? Have you lost your mind? I have warned you about showing yourself without my permission, Willow. Come here this instant. Sorry, it's just I can tell a soft-hearted soul when I see one. Don't blame me when you get let down again. What you saw then was one of the souls I command, an insolent one, but an excellent one, and a fine companion. I wonder what manner of soul you will command. I look forward to finding out. So we now have taking soul control on our docket. And Harried already has Whipping Boy from the Courage skill set. That is the Warrior skill set. Now to go downstairs and see if we can find a missing pet lizard. I guess that's Miss Lay up there. Let's go find the lizard directly. If we can. Come by this tree back here. And we'll do the clap party trick. Make a loud sound. Ah, There he is. He's so cute. Better nab him. Harried grabs hold of the gleaming golden lizard. Very good. We now have one Drak in inventory. Let's go present this fellow to the minister. What is this I see before me? The lizard with you is none other than His Dryness, the Right Honorable Drak. You are as good as your word, Wanderer. As I promised, I will request for you an audience with Her Majesty. Well, thank you, Minister. And here she is. Your Exalted Majesty, may I present Harried, the intrepid traveler who discovered His Exalted Dryness, Drak. Do we really have to talk about your boring old traveler right now? We have more important things to discuss, don't we, pretty Miss Lay? Now remind me, Drak hasn't run away before, has he? No, he hasn't, which means you must have done something horrible to him, you vicious, spiteful girl. Tell me what you did. Your Majesty, forgive me. I was taking the utmost care of His Dryness as always, then suddenly he was gone. Please, I'm far too pretty and important to sit around listening to pathetic excuses. Run along and pack your things. You're fired. Now is that nice? But please, Your Majesty, Now, what was it you wanted, my little lost traveler? I see. So you want me to hand over that lovely golden fruit? Well, I'd love to, of course, especially as it's you, but I just can't. What's that? You want to know why? Why I don't have it, that's why. I was just slipping out of a lovely relaxing bath when I noticed it was gone. Oh, I'm so silly and forgetful sometimes. I expect some horrid jealous girl who works for me probably took it for herself and ate it. What? No, Your Majesty, I would never. Don't go throwing accusations about. Your Exalted Highness, there is something you must see. It was found beneath the tree where His Dryness was recaptured. Aha! Oh look, it's the golden fruit we were talking about. How funny. What on earth was silly old Drak doing with it? Well, as long as I've got it back, that's the main thing. Yep, so hand it over. So, my intrepid adventurer, I suppose I should hand this over to you, shouldn't I? Well, yes, if you would. Ha ha ha! Oh, you are stupid, aren't you? You really thought I was going to give it to you, didn't you? Ha 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 ha! No, I'm going to slice it all up into teeny-weeny pieces and put it in my bath water. A fruit like this is bound to make my skin even softer and more beautiful, assuming that even possible, of course. You what? I'm sure you wouldn't mind the fruit you've been searching so hard for being sacrificed for such a noble cause. Well, yes, I would. Come on then, my Dracky-woo. That nasty, dirty traveler touched you, didn't he? Let's get you in the bath and wash off the filth. Well, you really are batting a million today, aren't you, Queenie? Spoiled little brat. Ooh, the flapping cheek. What kind of queen is she supposed to be? She's horrible. For once I agree with you. Oi, Sockers, were you even listening? She said she's gonna chop up that fig and chuck it in her bath. Who knows what'll happen when she starts cooking up a syrup of figs in her bathtub. I can't imagine it'll be pretty. We've got to stop her. Quick, get on down to that big room with all the baths in. Chop chop, and don't tell me to keep my hair on. So I am dismissed. It was to be expected, I suppose. Her Majesty's father was so busy, he would often leave her starved of company for hour upon hour. It was his dryness who helped her through all the hours alone. I am grateful to you, Wanderer. Thanks to you, Her Majesty will not have to be alone again. Well, don't worry, I'll give you a good reference. I can only offer my apologies for Her Majesty's most unfortunate lack of interest in your affairs, Wanderer. She seems only interested in bathing and more bathing. It is most worrying. I only wish her much-missed father were here to have harsh words with her. Yes, indeed. This queen is little better than Prince Charmles. This is Queen Voluptua's private bathing chamber. Let us in. Voices can be heard from beyond the door. Are you ready, girls? We're going to chop up this pretty little golden fruit and make me a lovely bath with it. Can you slice it nice and thinly for me and pop it in the water? There's good girls. Hurry up now. Thus does our monarch prepare a regal, fruit-infused bath. You are, of course, still forbidden to enter. What? We aren't allowed in? But if we can't make an entrance, they'll slice the whole flapping fig to bits. There's nothing for it. We'll just have to bend everyone in the castle's ears off till we find someone who knows another way in. Oh, you are the wanderer who located his dryness, are you not? You are marvelous, truly marvelous. If only your queen thought so. What's that? If I think you're so marvelous, why don't I tell you how to enter Her Majesty's private bathing chamber? But we handmaidens have only to walk through the door. I have never had reason to find another way in. Aha! Perhaps the suspicious old man who loiters atop the palace will know. He seems well versed in the nefarious arts. So we'll go consult with the fisherman on the roof. I beg your pardon? You wish to know how you may enter the Queen's private bathing chamber? If you know, yes. I can see that you do not seek such a thing lightly. Then I suppose I must impart to you my most secret knowledge. The water that flows by us here runs into the very chamber you seek. Oh, does it? Were you to immerse yourself in it, you would be swept straight to Her Majesty's most private of chambers. But I cannot vouch for the safety of such a passage. You may find yourselves beaten and bruised after falling such a distance. I beg your pardon. You say you fell from the skies into a great waterfall once before, and did not suffer so badly? Well then, I would very much like to see how such a fall can be endured without harm. Show me your mastery of plummeting. Well, certainly, sir. It looks as if the water flows down into the Queen's private bathing chamber. Jump in. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Down we go! Eek! It's a man! What do you think you're doing? How dare you barge in on the divine Voluptua's sacred bath time, you beast? Oh, I see. You've come to get that silly little fruit back that you seem to care so much about, haven't you? Exactly. Aw, poor old you. If only you'd been a little quicker. I'm afraid it's already been sliced up into teeny tiny pieces. Uh-oh. What's Draky doing near one of them? Oh, my Dracky-wacky-woo, were you scared, my baby? Yes, you were, weren't you? Well, it's all right now, precious. Ah, my precious. Dracky-poo? What is going on? Oh. Aye. Ah, my Dracky-woo, what's happened to you? You've gone all ugly. Help! Help me! So he's made off with the princess. His dryness was transformed into a monster. The golden fruit was an instrument of evil that turns innocents into beasts. No, it was just misused. The queen was kidnapped. It is surely punishment for her self-centered behavior. She is being punished by the Almighty. How lovely. A cow pet and an antidotal herb. I heard Her Majesty was in peril, and I came as quickly as my legs would carry me. What happened? You must tell me. His dryness was transformed into a monster and kidnapped Her Highness, but, oh, this is terrible. Starved of parental affection, and now betrayed by her most trusted friend. Harried, please, you must rescue Her Majesty. If she is not brought to safety, she may never mend her ways. You must help her. I heard the commotion and came running. What has happened here? No, His Dryness transformed into a monster and carried off Her Majesty. Well, it seems she finally got her just desserts. Her just deserts? I am sure most of us would be happy if she stayed gone. This is not a good turn of affairs, is it? I beg your pardon. His Dryness transformed into an enormous beast and carried off the queen? Well, she was forever dressing the poor thing up in clothes he clearly did not enjoy. Perhaps this is payback. So, the next matter of story business is to rescue Princess Toadstool from King Koopa, rescue Queen Voluptua from Drak. But first we will take care of some of the quests that we have accepted in Gleeba. This is harried. I would like to thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.